Welcome to today's deep dive. Usually when a huge new technology comes out, people get pretty scared.
Oh, absolutely.
You picture like a factory getting filled with robots and all the human workers are suddenly locked outside.
Right, the classic nightmare.
Yeah. But if you look at the freelance economy right now, especially on platforms like Fiverr in 2026, that factory door isn't locked at all.
Not even close.
The factory is actually busier than ever. The jobs inside just look, well, completely different.
Yeah, people genuinely thought artificial intelligence would just kill the freelance market completely.
That was the big fear.
But instead, it really just wiped out the super basic, low-effort tasks. And by doing that, it created this highly profitable new class of what we call agentic workers.
And it is forcing the platforms themselves to completely change how they work, right?
Exactly. It's a massive, risky change just to keep up.
So we have a really fascinating stack of sources to help us understand this today. We are looking at Fiverr's 2025 financial reports, some industry research from freelance experts called jobbers, and even some real-world strategies from YouTube and Reddit.
The real on-the-ground stuff.
Exactly. Our mission is to figure out what is actually making money right now and how you, the listener, can use these 2026 trends to build your own business.
And, what becomes clear immediately when you look at these sources is that starting an online side hustle has never been easier. The barrier to entry is just gone.
It's totally collapsed.
Yeah. You look at these beginner communities and people are offering services that used to take years of training. Now, they just string a few simple AI tools together.
Can you give an example of what that looks like on Fiverr right now?
Sure. A really common one is animated video loops.
Okay, how does that work?
So a seller takes a buyer's regular still image, they drop it into an AI tool like Runway, they type maybe 2 words like smooth motion, and boom, they deliver a perfectly looping video.
Wow, that is fast. And I saw in our notes they are doing the same thing with kids' books.
Oh yeah, huge market for that.
They use ChatGPT to write a simple children's story. Then they have it write prompts for the pictures.
Right, image prompts.
Yeah, and they feed those into a tool called Leonardo AI to get a nice matching cartoon style. Then they just save it as a PDF and sell it for like $30 to $50.
It's amazing. And they do it with translation services too. Like they don't use Google Translate anymore because it sounds weird and get bad reviews.
Yeah, nobody wants a robotic translation.
Exactly. So they use ChatGPT to translate English into Spanish, but they do it chapter by chapter so the story flows naturally.
That is super smart. But I have to ask, if 100,000 beginners are all given the exact same magic wand, doesn't the magic just become boring?
That is the exact issue. If everyone uses the same tools, everything looks the same.
Right. Every proposal sounds identical, the prices are all the same, and the artwork all has that very glossy, recognizable AI look.
The Jobbers report actually has a name for this. They call it the AI sameness problem.
The AI sameness problem. I like that.
Yeah, and it is currently breaking how these websites work. When buyers see a sea of perfectly optimized identical profiles, they get really tired.
Because they can't tell who is actually good.
Exactly. The report shows that for very standard jobs like removing a background from a photo, the matching algorithms work great, like 85 to 95% accurate.
Because it's a simple yes or no job. It's either done right or it isn't.
But the moment a buyer needs something creative or custom, it requires real human thinking, the matching accuracy drops to around 50%.
Wow, that's a huge drop.
Yeah. Businesses are getting frustrated. They can't find real talent through the noise of all these identical AI profiles.
So really just making basic content isn't where the money is anymore.
Not at all.
The real value is in managing the AI. So for the listener wondering where the money is going in 2026, it's shifting to what the industry calls the premium human and agentic AI.
Yes. And we should probably explain that term because it's important.
Please do. What is the difference between regular AI and an AI agent?
So a regular AI just generates text when you ask it to. But an AI agent is proactive. It acts almost like a human project manager.
Like it can do multiple steps on its own.
Exactly. It has memory, it can use other software tools, and it works toward a specific goal.
So it's the difference between an answering machine and a real assistant.
That is a perfect way to put it. An answering machine just records a message. But an AI agent reads the customer's email, figures out what the problem is, checks the company's inventory, writes a custom reply, and then just asks a human to approve it.
That sounds incredibly useful, but also really hard to set up.
It's very complex, and that is where the opportunity is. A recent report showed that businesses searching for AI agent setup went up by over 18,000%.
Wait, 18,000%?
Yes, because businesses know these tools exist, but they do not want to learn the complicated tech stuff. They want a freelancer to build it for them.
That makes total sense. We saw a great example of this from a top Fiverr seller named Mark in our sources.
Yeah, Mark's story is fascinating.
He said 30% of his work is no longer just writing basic code. Instead, businesses are paying him to build these complex AI systems for their websites and WhatsApp accounts.
He isn't working on the assembly line anymore. He is designing the factory.
Exactly. But what if you are listening to this and you aren't a computer programmer? What if you are a writer or an artist?
Then your value is in humanizing the AI.
Making it sound less like a robot?
Yes. There is a 641% increase in demand for freelancers who can rewrite AI content.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, one professional writer in our sources thought ChatGPT would destroy her business. But now she gets requests every single day to take boring AI text and add real human feeling and humor to it.
That is so interesting. And it is happening in the voiceover industry too, right?
Oh, definitely. The experts say AI has totally taken over the cheap, basic audiobooks.
The low-end work.
Right. But human voice actors haven't disappeared. They have moved to a premium, high-paying level.
Because brands still need real emotion?
Exactly. If a major brand wants to show deep emotion or a very specific personality, they hire a real human. And they pay a lot of money for it.
So all of this buyers getting tired of cheap AI and the demand for real human skill, it has completely changed Fiverr's business model.
It really has. Let's look at Fiverr's 2025 financial numbers, because they are surprising.
Yeah, they lost a lot of buyers, didn't they?
They lost 14% of their active buyers. Normally, if a website loses that many users, it is a disaster.
People would be panicking.
Right. But their revenue, the money they made, actually went up by 10%.
Because the buyers who stayed were spending a lot more money.
Exactly. The average spend per buyer jumped up to $342. And big projects over $1,000 grew by almost 23%.
It's like a fast food joint deciding to become a really fancy, expensive restaurant. They don't want the $5 burger customers anymore. They want the big spenders.
That is exactly what is happening. The CEO even said they're moving away from cheap, fast labor. They want to be a partner for big businesses using AI.
But wait, if Fiverr is chasing these huge corporate contracts, what happens to the regular freelancer, the artist who does, smaller jobs?
That is the big question. And the answer is something totally new for 2026 called Fiverr Go.
Right. This is where freelancers actually turn their own personal style into a product.
Yes. It is brilliant. Basically, top-rated sellers can pay $25 a month to create their own AI creation model.
So they train the AI on their own art.
Exactly. You upload maybe 20 or 30 examples of your own drawings or your own writing. Fiverr then trains a private AI just on your style.
Okay, so if I'm a buyer and I love your art style, instead of paying you $500 and waiting a week,
You pay a smaller fee to use my personal AI. It makes the art in my exact style instantly. I get passive income, and I keep all the rights to my work.
they even have an AI assistant that talks to clients for you.
Yeah, for $29 a month. An AI learns how you talk and handles all your direct messages. It answers questions and sets up sales while you sleep.
But wait, if I do this, aren't I just paying $25 a month to replace myself? Why would anyone hire the real me if they can just use my AI clone?
A lot of people worry about that.
Yeah.
But it actually creates a perfect two-lane business.
What do you mean by 2 lanes?
Think about the cheap jobs.
Yeah.
The buyer who only wants a quick graphic for a social media post was never going to pay your $500 premium price anyway.
Ah, I see. So you were missing out on that money before.
Exactly. The AI handles all those cheap, fast jobs passively. It catches the low-end market.
And because you aren't stuck doing those boring jobs?
Your time is totally free. You can spend 100% of your time working with the big enterprise clients, the ones paying $1,000 for complex work that an AI simply cannot do.
You get the best of both worlds.
Yes.
Okay, so knowing all this, how should a listener structure their freelance business today? We need a clear strategy.
The Jobbers report gives a great plan. They call it the balanced AI strategy. And the main rule is do not rely 100% on algorithmic platforms like Fiverr.
Because the algorithm is actually pretty unfair to beginners.
Very unfair. The data shows that new sellers get 67% less visibility.
That is brutal.
It is. The algorithm wants to make sure a sale happens, so it only promotes people who already have a long history of selling.
Plus the fees are huge.
Oh, massive. These platforms take up to 25% of your money forever. If you work with a client for 10 years, You are paying a 25% tax on that relationship for 10 years.
So what is the solution? What is the ideal balance?
The report says you should use Fiverr for about 30% of your business.
Just 30%.
Just 30%. Use it purely to get discovered. Let the algorithm in your Fiverr Go AI find new clients for you.
And then what about the other 70%?
You move the big, high-paying relationships to human-first platforms, places like jobbers.io, which charge 0 commissions.
So you manage the long-term work where they don't take a cut?
Exactly. And freelancers say their client relationships are much better when an algorithm isn't getting in the middle of everything.
That brings it all home perfectly. For you listening, AI is an amazing tool for doing the work. You can use tools to manage your projects or draft designs.
Let your AI handle the cheap requests.
Exactly. But AI is terrible at being the relationship. The clients who pay the big money stay with you because they trust you. They trust your human judgment.
Right. They don't pay you because you can write a good ChatGPT prompt. They pay you for your unique thinking.
So we have covered a lot today. We talked about how identical AI content is breaking the platforms. We saw how the real money is in building AI systems and adding human emotion to AI writing.
And we looked at Fiverr's big shift toward expensive corporate jobs.
Right, and how tools like Fiverr Go let you turn your own style into passive income. Finally, we learned that 30/70 split using AI platforms just to find clients, but keeping your real relationships on zero-fee networks.
It is a totally new world. It rewards the people who design the systems, not the people doing the basic copying and pasting.
Before we wrap up, I want to leave you with one final kind of crazy thought from the sources.
Oh, I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah. The Jobbers report predicts that by 2027, platforms will introduce AI contract negotiation.
It's wild to think about.
Imagine a near future where your personal AI assistant is automatically arguing about prices and deadlines directly with your client's AI agent.
Just two bots talking to each other.
Exactly. And while they negotiate, your AI creation model is doing the actual design work in the background.
Doing the work while the bots do the talking.
Right. So if the bots are hiring the bots to do the work, where exactly do you, the human freelancer, fit into the economy of tomorrow?
It forces us to completely rethink what a job even is.
It really does. Remember that factory we pictured at the start? The robots moved in, but the humans weren't locked out. They just moved upstairs to the control room.
You just have to make sure you are the one holding the keys to that room.
Exactly. Thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive. Keep exploring, stay curious, and keep ahead of the curve.